Larry Phillips, born on September 20th, 1970. Emil Montezuranu, born the 19th of July, 1966. Larry Phillips and Emil Montezuranu met in 1989. They soon became good friends and criminal partners. The two robbed an armored car outside of a local bank in Colorado in 1993. Later that same year, they were stopped for speeding in Glendale, California. A search of their vehicle produced automatic rifles, handguns, ammunition, radio scanners, smoke bombs, explosive devices, body armor, and multiple California license plates. The two were arrested and charged with conspiracy, but served only 100 days in jail. 2 years later, Phillips and Montezuranu were responsible for ambushing a Brinks armored vehicle, killing a guard in the process. The following year, the two bandits robbed multiple branches of the Bank of America. Phillips and Montezuranu became known as the High Incident Bandits. On the morning of February the 28th, 1997, chaos erupted on the streets of North Hollywood. For at 9:17 a.m., after months of preparation, the High Incident Bandits, heavily armed, carrying automatic rifles and handguns, donning various forms of body armor, entered and proceeded to rob the Bank of America branch in North Hollywood. Their watch alarms, set for 8 minutes, to get in and out. Upon entering the bank, Phillips and Montezuranu had been spotted by passing officers in a patrol car. The patrolman immediately called for backup. Shots could be heard from the exterior of the bank. The thieves opened fire into the ceiling in an effort to scare the staff and customers and to discourage resistance. Quickly, the men gained access to the vault. The vault contained significantly less money than was expected. With money in hand, the High Incident Bandits headed for the exits. As bad as the events had been playing out for Phillips and Montezuranu, the situation was about to get much, much worse. For outside, additional police reinforcements had arrived. The forces had taken up strategic positions at all four corners of the bank, with all weapons trained in on the bank doors. At 9:24 a.m., Phillips and Montezuranu made their exit. Phillips through the north doors and Montezuranu through the South. Phillips opened fire for several minutes, wounding 7 officers and 3 civilians in the process. He also fired at a police helicopter hovering above. The officers on scene quickly realized that they were facing a more heavily armed and equipped adversary than they were prepared to deal with. Their weapons were no match to the automatic rifles of Phillips and Matazzaranu. Conditions proved to be too difficult for officers to move in. Matazzaranu, having made it to the getaway car, began backing out. As Phillips approached the passenger side of the getaway vehicle, he was struck in the shoulder by police rounds. The shootout spilled over onto a residential street. Unable to clear jam with his rifle, Phillips drew a pistol and once again began firing. Phillips was shot in the right hand, causing him to drop the pistol. He then retrieved it from the ground and placed the muzzle under his chin and took his own life. Matazzaranu had also been hit by gunfire, with strikes in the right buttock, the right leg, and the left forearm. A 4th projectile lacerated his upper right eye socket. Wounded and in shock, Matazzaranu abandoned his money bag and carjacked another vehicle. He soon discovered that the vehicle was inoperable and once again began engaging with law enforcement. Almost 2.5 minutes of uninterrupted gunfire. Police rounds began connecting with Matazzaranu from underneath the getaway vehicle, striking him in the lower legs over and over again. Soon, Matazzaranu put his hands up. Officers rushed in and pinned him to the ground. Matazzaranu was lying on the ground with no weapons, groaning in pain, and pleading for help for more than an hour before EMTs could safely approach the scene. It was too late. Having been shot 29 times in the legs, Matazzaranu died on the scene from excessive blood loss. The North Hollywood Shootout of February the 28th, 1997, including the death of Phillips and the surrender of Matazzaranu, was broadcast on national TV. Over 300 law enforcement officers from various forces responded to the citywide alert that day. By the time the shooting had subsided and the dust had settled, Larry Phillips and Emil Matazzaranu had expended nearly 1,100 rounds. Due to the large number of injuries, rounds fired, weapons used, and overall length of this shootout, it is regarded as one of the most intense gun battles in U.S. police history.